Hello everyone. Good morning. This is Leah Dixon from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am live this morning with my regular Wednesday morning card class to go. This week is a little bit different than regular weeks though, because I'm actually featuring two products that are not available for purchase until tomorrow. So on my desktop here, I have got the Alphabet a la Mode dies. These are brand new alphabet dies that are in our upcoming mini catalog that goes live tomorrow. So if you do not yet have a copy of our beautiful purple mini catalog that's for January to April of 2023, then you definitely want to get in touch with me and request one of these catalogs if you're here in Canada. So these dies are from this brand new catalog. And then the second product that I'm featuring with these dies is the Adorable Owls stamp set. And now you cannot actually purchase this stamp set. It is a stamp set that is free as part of our Sale-a-bration promotion that begins tomorrow as well. Oh, I know those letters are fantastic. You will love them. Good morning. So, basically, if you've not heard of Sale-a-bration before, I'll just give you a quick rundown on what it is. From January 5th until February 28th, Stampin' Up! Is offering Sale-a-bration. And so during that time frame, you can, hi Jacqueline. During that time frame, you can make a $60 purchase and earn free product. And then we also have some product in our Sale-a-bration catalog that you can earn for free with a $120 purchase. And you'll see a little bit of that in today's cards. I'm using some of the designer series paper that's for that $120. So I'm going to get started creating. We're going to be featuring this stamp set and these dies on all three cards today. And then starting tomorrow, you can place an order to earn these guys for free, as well as to earn the three cards. And you'll actually get six because you get two of each to make the three cards that I'm showing today. So I'm going to switch over directly to just my desktop. And let's get started crafting. So I'm going to move these out of the way for right now. And we're going to bring in all the supplies we need to make our first card, which is a cute little pun using those alphabets. So one of the things I love about alphabet dies is that you can create your own words. So you don't have to have, you can create a name, you can create a little pun, something like that. Or the dainty floral or the motorcycle. You know what? Both look quite intricate, which is why I've kind of steered away from them. But the motorcycle, the more I see it, Jacqueline, the more I think I need it. All right. So when you get your card kit, you'll actually get enough stuff to make two of each of these cards. I just have what I need here to create one of the cards today. So we're going to start. We have a smoky slate card base, and then we are going to, I'm just going to start right away. I'm going to glue this basic white layer right into the inside of my card, just so that it's out of the way. All right, so there we go. Just pop that in. Now, smoky slate is light enough that you don't need this insert. You can easily write in this card, but I always like having the insert. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put that off to the side and grab my second large piece of basic white, and we're going to grab a blending brush and just add a little bit of color to our sky. So you can choose your blue for this. You can choose Bermuda Bay or Balmy Blue or whatever you want. I'm actually just going to go with whatever blue is still kind of stuck in my brush, because I don't want a deep dark color. I'm not even looking for an even color on here. You can see I'm kind of doing fast circles and letting it be a little bit blotchy. I'm trying to create that blue sky with the light fluffy clouds, like the wispy, almost non-existent clouds. So I've just done a really quick blotchy blend across my cardstock just to give it some interest, some color. All right, so with that part done, I am now going to grab my second piece, my smaller piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp 2 owls onto here. So we have 3 owls in the stamp set. I am grabbing the little guy who is flying. Oh yeah, so I'm not an intricate dies kind of person. I love the way it looks, and I will do it like for really special cards for really special people, but it's so not my thing. All right, so there's one of our owls stamped in Memento black ink. And then we're just going to ink up our next little guy and stamp him right below. Now, I must say, I'm not a big fan of intricate dies, but I do wish these little guys had dies. We're going to have to fussy cut them, sorry. So we've got these guys done. Before we fussy cut them, we are going to color them in. And you can see I have my whole little setup of blends ready to go. These are the blends that we're using across all of the cards. So I've decided, I've seen a lot of brown owls online, but I decided that for my color schemes on my cards, that smoky slate was going to be a lot better. So I am going to come on in here with my dark smoky slate, and we're going to give him a little color. So here we go. All right, so as I color these guys, I'll just let you know, if you have not yet seen our Sale-a-bration catalog and our new January to April mini catalog, you are going to love it. Jacqueline's just been posting on here about the floral sets and the legendary ride. The legendary ride is this very intricate motorcycle die set and stamps, and like we're talking like Harley style, like it's beautiful. All right, I'm going to do the dark on both of them right at once, because the only thing I'm changing up between these 2 owls is the color of their eyes. Other than that, I am coloring them identical. All right. So just a little bit of dark there. So I'm really not pressing hard with these, and I'm really not being too careful. Like, I'm trying to stay in the lines kind of idea, but it's just really kind of a quick watercolory, quick blend here. All right, so with that done, oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, the smoky slate just really appeals to me. I like it a lot. All right, so now I'm going to take our smoky slate, and I'm going to start by running along the edge here and the edge here, and then I'm going to come back in and do the whole thing, and I'm even going to go over those spots that I had before. Okay, so again, we're doing this really quickly, like we're not pressing hard, and we're not trying to do anything fancy here. All right. That seems way darker. Oh, that is my light smoky slate. It must just dry later. Okay, there we go. And then, yeah, again, in just around his whole face. Really try to stay away from the eyes, because I like how they pop with all the white on the eye. You know, that's not actually very realistic for an owl, but that's okay. These are just cuties. Okay, so there we have all of our gray coloring. And now I'm going to come in with my dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to use the fine tip of this one. Oh, Happy New Year, Elaine. Thanks for joining. I'm just showcasing some products that will be available tomorrow when our January to April catalog goes live and our new Sale-a-bration. So these owls are a freebie with a $60 purchase. And I'm featuring the Alphabet a la Mode. All right, so now for our eyes, I'm going to use Dark Pool Party for one set. And again, when I do this, I'm trying to avoid that little glimmer up in the corner of the eye. They've done the little circle for us. So I'm trying to avoid that. And then I'm going to use my light Granny Apple Green for my other guy and his little eyes. And there we go. Now, before we finish up, before I fussy cut these, because I don't want to be too fussy, I'm going to take my light Pool Party and like really quickly, like no fancy detailed work here. I'm just really quickly smashing this around the outside of our owl. I don't care how messy it is. I just want a good little outline of Pool Party around there so that when I cut, I don't have to be too careful, and I'm going to not have like a stark white outline since we're putting this guy onto that blended background that I created. Okay. So there we go. So like I said, really fast, nothing fancy about it. All right, so we've got our two owls created. Now it's time to fussy cut them. So here we go. And while I fussy cut, because you guys, it's not a fussy cut. You don't need me to explain that to you. I'll just let you know about a few things that are coming up on my calendar. I am going to be starting a second live each week. It's not going to be a card class or anything. It's just going to be a quick show off some product Sale-a-bration Sunday video. So I did these last year during Sale-a-bration as well. So just Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Join me live. I'm just going to be creating one card and yeah, just featuring one of our new Sale-a-bration items each week until the end of Sale-a-bration. So from January 8th until February 26th will be my last Sale-a-bration Sunday, because Sale-a-bration ends on February 28th. So if you've got product, join me and craft along with me. If you're not sure which Sale-a-bration products you want, watch those videos and get some ideas. Now, I will warn you, just from my own, Sale-a-bration experiences and what sells out and stuff, that I suspect these owls will go quickly. I also suspect that our DSP, and we have a lot of different DSPs, but I suspect a lot of that, especially the $60 ones, are going to fly off the shelves. So Sale-a-bration is until February 28th, but it's also with the caveat that it's while supplies last. And Sale-a-bration items do typically disappear. So here we go. We've got those two little guys, fussy cut. All right, hang my scissors up. There we go. All right, so with these guys cut, not actually, maybe I will just add this to my card base right now. I'm going to glue this down to my card base so that it's attached and we don't have to worry about that later. All right, so if you missed the beginning, I just took a blending brush and did like a really kind of wild, fast, messy blend across there so that it was all blotchy, so it looks like sky and clouds. Not the typical way I blend. I try to usually blend to make it all smooth and solid colored, but this go round it was just the messy blend. Okay, so we've got that glued down because we have nothing that's wrapping around this. We're just simply decorating the front of our card now. So these guys, I'm not actually going to attach them yet. I'm just going to place them approximately where I want them. And then I am going to grab my alphabet. So I should have done this for you guys because we have our brand new, oops, I don't even know how to spell today. Wow. We have our brand new mini, oh, it looks like I might have to die cut for you because it looks like I shorted myself a Y. Huh, that's interesting. Well, there you go. I'll be doing a little bit, yeah, I shorted myself a Y. I'll be doing a little bit of die cutting for you right now because I didn't give myself all my letters. All right, so we have our brand new mini boho blue cutter. So this is a sneak peek of a new in color that will come out in May. And you can only get this if you're a demonstrator and purchase it before, I believe it's January 13th. So if you sign up today, you can buy it, but your better option is to hold off and join my team tomorrow, because then for $175, no shipping fees, you can actually get this machine for free, as well as $225 worth of product. So it is like an insane deal. You're getting $50 extra worth of product over the $175 plus the mini machine. So a little bit crazy. All right, so the piece here that I've got, this is Bermuda Bay, and the back is white because I have put an adhesive sheet on this. I do not recommend using these dies without the adhesive sheet. They just become very finicky to attach. All right, so I'm going to take my little Y here that for some reason I don't have, and I'm just going to run this through our machine. There we go. I do like to roll it forward and backwards when I'm using adhesive sheets on the back, just to make sure that it goes through both layers. It usually does, but you can never be too sure. All right, so I'm going to pop that up to the side. So that's our beautiful boho blue machine that you definitely are going to want to get. And there we go. Pop that up to the side. So I've got all my letters here now. Now I have all my letters. So always, always. So instead of always, always. And now to do this and get them all lined up straight, I actually lined up my card. Then, oh, my ruler's not where I wanted it to be. There it is. Then I grabbed a ruler, actually. And I laid my ruler down across my card. Now I want to make sure, so this is why I haven't glued anything yet. We want to make sure we have enough space for everything. So I'm going to take these two little sprigs that I punched out using the bow punch. Oh, let's see, you guys can't see that. There we go. So the bow punch, I used that to cut out these little sprigs. So I'm going to lay those down, make sure they fit, put my owls up, make sure they fit. And then, okay, I'm going to lay my ruler down. And it's nice because I can make sure it's straight because I can look across on my grid paper. All right, now with that done, I'm going to kind of bring these down and make sure that I can fit them all in side to side because it is a little bit of a tight fit. All right, so that's looking good. Now I'm just going to pick them up one by one, peel the backing off of them, and glue them down. And I have my ruler here, so it makes it really nice and easy to be able to get them all straight. Okay, I'm also going to stand up so I can really see. There we go. So this is a nice way to be able to get things exactly where you'd like them. Okay. And depending on the ruler you use, you could even like truly line it up by touching it to the edge. My ruler it has like a backing on it, so it's a little bit raised, so I can't really do that, but all right. So these adhesive sheets sure do help. Alright, so this just makes it super quick and easy to attach. And it's such an awesome alphabet because I liked our previous alphabet, the Playful alphabet, which I believe is available in the clearance rack. But the problem with it is they were wide letters, so you couldn't spell super long things and have them fit on your card. So this is nice because these are tall and thin, so things fit really nicely. Now, I was cheating and using up scraps, and so this letter did not get adhesive on the one side. So what I'm going to do is grab a little piece of glue here. And there we go, just the tiniest little dot. And we'll hold that down. And a little bit on this end as well. There we go. So you wouldn't want to have to do that for all your letters. It would be a big pain. It's possible, but much better off grabbing your alphabet a la mode and a package of adhesive sheets, which will get you over the $60 mark, and then you can earn your owls for free. All right, so now our little greenery here, I'm going to attach it down at the bottom. You can use liquid glue or some mini glue dots. So mini glue dots is how I'm going to choose to do mine. Oops, don't fly away on me. And so to do that, I'm not going to use a ton of them. I'm going to put maybe 3 per bow, just to secure the end, and then the top and the bottom. There we go. So let's see here. I'm going to position that one, and then you just want to make sure that your leaves are staying on your card front. And that's kind of the only real key here, is that the leaves stay on the card front. All right. Oh, come on. So, and then we repeat for our second bow here. And where the stems overlap doesn't really matter because we're going to be covering that up with our sentiment. So this one is a sweet little, I don't know, it could almost be a Valentine card, but more just like a friendship card. Okay, always my friend. So we need to stamp the my friend onto here. And that is actually one of the sentiments in the stamp set, in the Owl stamp set. And we're going to do that with Bermuda Bay. All right. So grab that. Oops, it's upside down. And then we have this very tiny little label that has been cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. All right, so my friend. Now we'll finish this up by attaching the sentiment and the owls using dimensionals. So this little Stylish Shapes label is just wide enough for a dimensional. So we're going to pop 2 on there. And then use this to cover up our spot where those stems overlapped. And then for our little guys up here, I'm using 3 dimensionals per owl, which might be too much, but whatever. That's what I like. And so I'm going to place the first guy up fairly high. And then our second little guy is going to go down below, and we're just going to have the tips of their wings touching. So it's like almost like they're holding wings in the air. Very unrealistic, I know. All right. There we go. And then our embellishment for these cards, because like I said, they could be a little bit Valentine's-y, are these very cute heart pearls. All right, so they're different sizes. We're just going to grab kind of an assortment and pop those on here. All right. And just like that. So cute little heart pearls. So that's our first card completed. And if you wanted to, you could do a little bit of stamping on your envelope as well. I think I'm going to leave mine and just leave it blank. I know I very rarely do that, but I don't want an owl on the front. I don't want to spoil the card because it's so cute once you open it up. Yeah, thank you. So that's our first card. Our second card today is a birthday card. All right. So same thing. You'll get enough in your package to create 2 of each of these. And this is the designer series paper that I just know is going to go. And this is part of the Dandy Designs designer series paper. And it is unreal, you guys. It is a giant pack of designer series paper with so many amazing patterns in here. Polka dots and all sorts of stuff. The color palette, I'll just show you from the other side so you can see the other designs. The color palette is fantastic, and just like so much fun. So really, really beautiful, beautiful paper. We are using 2 tiny, tiny strips of it on this card. And here we go. So to create this one, we are going to start with, again, I'm going to just glue this layer right to the inside of my card. I just want that out of the way. So we've got a fresh freesia card base, and we're going to glue our white insert right in and get it out of the way. Oh no, yikes. Might need my glue eraser. We'll see. Oh yeah, I can see I got some glue where I don't want it. Okay. All right, grab my glue eraser and deal with that. I don't want things sticking, and a little bit right there. Okay. So sometimes, not usually, but sometimes we have little accidents with the liquid glue, and you just need to let it dry the tiniest bit, and then you can use a white eraser or a glue eraser to just lift it off. There we go. Okay, so that's our card base done. Now we've got a Highland Heather layer. So I love Highland Heather together with fresh freesia. They're just so much fun. And I'm going to take these 2 little strips of designer series paper and glue these down. Oh yeah, definitely want to order this paper fast. It is going to be super popular. I wish it was in our regular offerings because the colors and designs, oh, I just love them. It's hard to not create every card using this paper right now. Okay. So we've got those glued down to the 2 far ends. And then we're going to take a piece of twine. So this is from a brand new twine set. It's absolutely gorgeous. You get the pumpkin pie. Oops, come on. Garden green and coastal cabana. Come on. Doesn't want to come out of my jar. There we go. So you get those 3 together in the twine trio pack. And we're going to use a piece of the pumpkin pie today. All right, put that off to the side. Oops, actually, I already cut my piece. There we go. So with our layer here, our Highland Heather layer, I am going to just find the edge here and wrap this around twice. Okay, that wasn't super even, but good enough. All right, so I've wrapped that around twice. I'm going to tuck that under both threads. Maybe, there we go. And tie a knot right here. Okay, now that I have my knot tied, I am going to go ahead and create a bow. So a little bunny ear, second bunny ear, and loop it around. Yeah, you know, I'm going to miss these colors a lot as well if they retire. I am really, really, really hoping that we're going to have a color refresh and that the fresh freesia, soft succulent, evening evergreen, all of those make their way into our regular color lineup, because like polished pink is one of my favorite pinks. I'm not really a big pink person, but when I need a pink, that's the one. Yeah, so I hope that those in colors find their way into our main color palette. There we go. So I've got my bow tied. There we go. Nice and cute. And it is going sideways, which is exactly what I want. All right. So now this whole layer is going to get glued onto our card front now that we have our twine attached. And I am just going to glue it. If you're the type of person who doesn't like to glue when you've got that twine layer there, you can also use dimensionals to attach this to your card front. I find that when I'm using liquid glue, it doesn't matter. The liquid glue is strong enough to hold this. Okay. So there we go. We've got our twine, all of our layers looking good. Now, oh, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, it is fantastic paper. That is some of our Sale-a-bration paper. So now this layer is where we're going to get our happy birthday sentiment attached, and then we are going to pop this one on with dimensionals. So I'm going to use the same little trick that I used before. I am going to kind of lay them out first just to make sure from side to side, and then I will use a ruler to help me place them properly. All right, so happy. And then our B day, we want to start it off to the side because we're going to be putting an owl over here. Oh, look, I have all the letters for this one. Yay. All right. So that's looking good to me. So I'm going to now grab my ruler and I think right about that. Yeah, there we go. All right. So for this one, I think I'm actually going to start with the P in the center because we have a 5-letter word with pretty equal sized letters on each side. So if I start kind of counting in, there we go. So that really is the center. So I can get my P centered, and then I can space the other letters out on either side. There we go. So peel those adhesive backings off. Those adhesive sheets are a lifesaver. And there we go. All right. So, oh, you need a whole new case of the many marvelous markers. Oh, yeah. I actually have done some color refreshes just by buying the individual color palettes, like buying the Regals and stuff like that. But I actually, just because of color refreshes and when I've purchased mine and stuff like that, I actually don't have a Coastal Cabana marker, which is too bad because it's my favorite color. So yeah, I would be happy for a color refresh and an excuse to grab a new pack of markers. All right. So now for this one, we're going to come in and put down our ruler for our B day. But for this one, I'm not going to start in the center. I'm going to start with my Y and then position everything over to the left as I need. Yeah, using the metal ruler really helps to get these straighter than if you're just eyeballing it. Because otherwise you can think you're putting them straight, but by the end of your word, you're on like a little upward slant or something. And yeah. Okay, there we go. That one didn't want to let go for some reason. All right. There we go. Just a few more. So, as I was saying before, the alphabets are so great because you could do so many things. You can personalize things and put names. This alphabet die set comes with the numbers as well. So if you knew you were creating for like a 3rd birthday or something, you can add that in. They're really, really great dies. And actually, I'll just show you as well. In addition to the numbers, we have an exclamation point, the ampersand. We've got like some accents, and then we also have some of the different shaped letters that we may want to use, like with the CCD and stuff like that. So it's a very, very nice alphabet set. All right, so we have our sentiment created. This can get attached to our card now using dimensionals. So I'm going to pop this over, and as usual, I'm going to be a little heavy-handed with my dimensional use. I'm going to do all 4 corners as well as across the center and in those big open spaces. So like a little crazy with my dimensionals. But I really want this to stay elevated and looking crisp on our card. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna wait and see if we do a color refresh. But if we don't have a color refresh, I might give you a shout and ask you about that one. Thank you. All right, so we've got our happy birthday attached there with dimensionals. Now we need to create the cuteness. I love these little guys. So we have our sweet little owl with his birthday hat. And we'll ink them up. Pop them onto our paper here. Oh, so cute. So stinking cute. Okay, and this guy, again, is going to be a gray owl. All my owls are gray today. But, you know, they look great in so many colors. You could use crumb cakes. You can use the bronze and ivory. You could do a black and gray owl. Like, I mean, so many ways to color these guys in. I just liked the gray with this color palette. It worked well. All right, so here we go. Get that all done. And now our light smoky slate. So again, I'm going to go in first and do this one side. Then I'm going to come back over, do the whole owl, including back over that spot that I did initially. Down here to his little belly. There we go. All right, now I got a little bit into his eye, so I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back and remove that. So now I have my light Highland Heather, and this is what I am using for the eyes. These stunning purple eyes. Oh, love it. Okay, and I'm also going to use this light one to color in a little bit of the party hat. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to grab my light Calypso Coral, and use that for my beak, my talons, and the other 2 stripes on the party hat. And finally, we'll top off the party hat with a dark Highland heather. There we go. All right, so with that all done, I am going to grab my color lifter. I'm not happy about getting in there and getting that little bit into the eyes, and I'm just going to, doesn't completely remove it, but it certainly makes it less obvious. Okay, so there we go. So the color lifter to the rescue, and then just go back in with my light here and correct that because I went over a bit with my, there we go. Okay, there. So we've got our little guy colored in. So cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so like I said before, there's no dies for this one, which is too bad, but whatever. We're going to not do a pool party outline on this guy though, because we're mounting him onto a white background, so I don't need that colored outline on this guy. All right, who knows, maybe there will be another Perfect Partners promotion and they'll release some dies for this guy. I hope. I'm not saying that because I've heard anything. It's just what I've been hoping as I've been fussy cutting owls like crazy. All right. So here we go. Get him cut out, and then we're going to attach him to our card front using dimensionals. So I don't know about you guys, but these owls, they were like the second I saw them in the catalog, I knew I needed to have them. So when we attach him, because this side's already raised with dimensionals, we're only going to put dimensionals on his one side, the side that won't go up on top. And then the other side, you can just use liquid glue, mini glue dot, whatever. I'm just going to do a little dash of Seal Plus, just something to help adhere that to the card front. And then you just want to come on in here and make sure that however you position him, he is not covering up your happy birthday. All right, so just like that. He's attached on both sides and we're good to go. Oh, no, we're not. We've got to decorate still with our pearls. So for this one, I'm using the shinier pearls. We've got these extra shiny heart pearls. Oops, come back. They don't always want to go where I want them to go. There we go. Okay, there. And so we'll put those shiny heart pearls on there. Oh, I definitely hope there's a Perfect Partners edition. We'll see. They change things up sometimes, so I'm not going to count on it, but I'll be so excited if it happens. All right, so that was our second card in today's card class to go. So adorable. And our final one, because I'm kind of short on these and actually need them, is a baby card. Baby, hoot hoot, you're so cute. So if any of you have done stamp camps with me in the past, occasionally, well, Marika's been in our stamp camps with our large group, and occasionally she and I do just kind of a smaller stamp camp, just the two of us. She's also my partner who I design my team meetings with, and she has just had a brand new little baby, her second little Maxim. So I've got to send something off to her. So I thought, well, why not create with these sweet little owls? So here we go. I've got all the stuff here. You'll get everything to make 2 of this card. I am just going to create 1. So we've got a basic white card base. And I have a piece of Pool Party here that I embossed with the In the Clouds embossing folder. It's kind of a hidden gem in our annual catalog. And I love it for subtle backgrounds, especially when you do want that kind of open sky feeling. All right, so we're going to glue that straight down right away to our card base. All right. And speaking of stamp camps, hopefully you've seen my advertisement for it, or you're on my newsletter and received an email about it. But we are featuring a new stamp camp as well on February 4th. So you have until January 18th to join that stamp camp, and it is featuring the Greatest Journey stamp set and the dies. And I tell you guys, there's some fantastic stuff. We're also using the designer series paper that goes with this, that's like these gorgeous, vibrant, like melon mambo and pumpkin pie mango melody, like mountainscapes and stuff like that. It is just an unreal set. So definitely, if you haven't seen my advertisement, give me a shout and I'll send you the info. And you can register for that now if you're doing like if you already have the stamp set and or you're a demo, or starting tomorrow if you're a customer, and you can get that. All right, so before we attach these two circles to our card, I'm just going to take a little bit, I think there's enough on here, we'll see, a little bit of Bermuda Bay, and just do a little dash on one of the circles. Yeah, there we go. There was enough. I didn't even need to re-ink. So that was just some Bermuda Bay on there. So it's just, again, to take away some of the starkness of the white circle. All right, so with that done, we can actually attach these. So our top circle is just going to be glued straight down. There we go. And our second circle will be glued down, but before we do that, I've got some more of those bow punches in Bermuda Bay this time, and I'm just going to attach them underneath first. So I'm going to use, where did my mini glue dots go? I'm going to use mini glue dots to attach these before we glue down our circles. So just want to position this and make sure I'm getting it right. So I'll kind of put that where I think I want it, and then I'll remove that. There we go. All right. Yeah, that one's going to be good because I want to leave space there for my sentiment. And then my top one, I'm actually going to put it on the leaf. There we go. My top one can even overlap my circle a bit. There we go. All right, so I've got those in place before I go ahead and attach this. So now I'll put some glue on there and attach this. Just like that. There we go. All right, that's done. Now we get to start adding our bits. So I'm going to add my word baby. And it's a pretty tight fit, guys, so you want to lay it out first and then start attaching them, because it really is a tight fit. And for this one, I find you can use the ruler, but you really don't need it because it's so tight. But here we go. I'll use it anyways. All right. So it's your first B that's going to dictate where you start, because your first B has to be right up against the edge, right up at the stitching. And in this case, I'm even going to dip it under that one circle just the tiniest bit. All right. Come on. Sometimes these peel so easily. Sometimes I have the worst time getting it started. Maybe try the other side. There we go. All right. So now let's make sure that's straight. There we go. And we do want these ones to be really close together. All right. And the Y as close in as we can. There we go. Oh, just made it. All right. So it's a pretty tight fit on that circle, but we made it. So we have our baby on there. Now we're going to grab the sentiment that says, "Hoot, hoot, you're so cute." And we're going to use Bermuda Bay ink again. And I have a hair across my ink pad. That's not good. I'll deal with that later. All right. So "Hoot, hoot, you're so cute." I'm going to stamp it onto the little piece that we've got here for it. And now we're going to, some of you don't like this, you can grab your trimmer if you'd like, but we're going to fussy cut this, but just in straight lines. Nothing fancy. I'm just really trimming it down. I just didn't want to give you guys such a small, or myself, such a small piece to stamp on that would have to be so perfect. I thought it would be easier to give you a big piece and then cut it down. There we go. So we're just trimming off all the edges so that we're in nice and close to those words. Okay. So with that done, this gets attached to our little Calypso coral piece. But first of all, we want to trim up these ends. So you've got some choices. You can use paper snips or the Banner's Pick-a-Punch. And so this one's pretty tiny for this, but you can hold it in there and trim. Ooh, go flying. And then turn that around and go trim. There. All right, so we have that cute little banner now. And you can also use your paper snips to do that. Now this little guy gets added on. Now I think I've left my ends actually just a little too long. So I'm going to come back in and trim again because I want those to be in a little bit closer. There we go. All right, that's going to be good, I think. Yeah, that's going to look better. Okay, so for here, you can use mini glue dots, liquid glue. I'm just going to actually do 2 little tabs of Sale Plus on there. I like Sale Plus because it comes off in little strips, so it's a very strong hold, but you can get very small pieces of it. Okay, so "Hoot, hoot, you're so cute." And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of that. I don't have any full dimensionals left, so I'll just do a little strip here. There we go. And we'll attach that to our card just like that under the baby. Baby, "Hoot, hoot, you're so cute." And then we have our owl. So this is our 3rd owl design in our stamp set. And this is the cutie pie with the adorable little puppy dog eyes and the bow tie. There we go. Got that done. So another gray owl. And he's going, oh, that's the wrong end and the wrong color. Dark pool party for the eyes. There we go. Dark daffodil delight for our beak and our talons. It's hard to call them talons when they're on cute little baby owls like this. Then we're going to do light Calypso Coral for the bow tie. And we're going to go back in and use dark Calypso Coral just to do a little accent there on the tie. And then we'll come back with our light and just do the center of the tie a little bit darker and blend that a little bit. There we go. Just so it's not so harsh. All right, now we're ready to do our smoky slate. He does kind of look like a little baby sitting on the floor, doesn't he? I don't know, they're just so, well, adorable. I guess that's why they called them adorable owls, because he really is. Okay. Come in like that. And down here. There we go. And so just a really nice light touch with these blends. We're using the big paintbrush end, but we don't need to, be really pressing hard or anything. There we go. And come on through with our light smoky slate. Oh, such a cutie. Okay. And you can have so much fun with these guys. Don't even stick to natural owl colors, but create like little pink owls and stuff like that. And they're just really adorable. And then I'm just going to come in and give a little bit extra there. And again, got a little bit into my eye. So I'm just going to come back in with the color lifter and soften that up so we can't really see it. All right. So if you don't have the color lifter, I highly recommend it. All right. Oh, I know real owls have talons. That's why I'm calling them talons, but it seems so aggressive and harsh on such a cute little baby. All right. So then we just fussy cut this little guy. Oh, I probably should have done a pool party edge on him. Well, if he looks too harsh on his background, we'll come back in and add it after we've cut. It's not the best way to do it, but we can do it. So here we go. And again, not being super finicky with my fussy cutting, just giving him a little border. All right. Let's go. All right, so there's our little guy fussy cut, so they're not too bad. And he's actually fine with a white border. We don't need to go ahead. Light pumpkin pie and papaya owls. Oh, that does sound great. Yes, the Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia ones are adorable. I love that combo. All right, so now this guy is going to get attached to our front here with a dimensional. So let's see if I have, there we go. I have a sheet that has some. And again, I like to do them behind the eyes and then one down on the body. And we'll pop this down onto our card front, right on that circle. There we go. And we'll grab our pearl hearts and put a few onto this card. So there we go. There we go. And one more. Right down there. Oh, come on. It's funny, I like to have them twisted a certain way, but they don't always want to go the way I want them to. Okay, and that is our third card of this card class all finished up, and it's so cute. So I'll just bring back in the cards that we created today. So we've got a baby card, a birthday card, and a friendshipy Valentine's-y card, depending on how you wanted to use it. You could add some bigger hearts onto this one and make it more than you could put love down here instead. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Definitely eliminating the grape. It's a little too dark, but well, thank you so much, Elaine. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. These cards are my card class to go for the week. So starting tomorrow, unfortunately, you can't order them today, but starting tomorrow, you can order those Alphabet a la Mode dies. You can earn the owls and lots of other great products for free with Sale-a-bration with a $60 purchase. And that really fun paper can be earned with a $120 purchase. And then as an extra special thank you for any $70 orders or above, I'll also throw in a pack of the heart pearls for you. Well, they won't be thrown into your order. They'll get sent to you separately when I send the card class to you. So, yeah, that's the card class to go. The information, there's a link in the description of this video, lets you know kind of the products that you'd want to have at home to be able to recreate these with the stuff that I'll be sending in your packet. And yeah, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday as well. I know 9 a.m. on Sundays is a little bit early for some of you, so just try and catch the replay then. I'll be doing Sale-a-bration Sunday for all of January and February, and yeah, you can watch the replay on that one. I've got to do it at 9 because that's when my kids are still sleeping and the house is quiet enough. Yeah, and then definitely check out my other classes that are coming up. I've got the online stamp camp as well as an in-person coffee and cards for anybody who's local here in Port Coquitlam or willing to drive that far, I guess, on January 28th, I believe it is. But you can see that all on my classes on my website, stampinwithleah.ca. So you guys have a wonderful Wednesday and happy crafting. Bye.